Okay, so the NBA season is upon us. And y'all already know MK. Yes, sir. And y'all already know MKZ back. So welcome to another episode of MKZ The Podcast, man. I'm here with my two dogs. Smack, how you feeling?
Feeling great, man. It was a wonderful time of the year, man. Best time of the year, in fact, for real.
Best time of the year. Key, how you feeling?
This is amazing. This is better than talking to women.
Oh, I won't go that far. I won't go Podcast, man. The NBA season started last night. For those of you guys that aren't aware, we had two great games yesterday. Between the reigning and defending NBA champions, Oklahoma City Thunder, and another between the Houston Rockets, the newly, fired up Houston Rockets with KD now joining the team. And then the second game we had for the night was the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors. So we don't got, as we're trying to become a bit more consistent on the podcast and consistent on the content, so to speak. We're going to be trying to do recaps of as many games as we can get to, as many days of the NBA that we can, and drop episodes on a more consistent basis for you guys. So why not start with the first day of the night? I mean, the first day of the season being these two games that we just talked about. So as we mentioned, for those of you guys that didn't watch, I got the stats right here to my right. We're gonna start off with the OKC Thunder game versus the Houston Rockets. It was a bit of a nail biter going into the end of the game. Actually, a double OT game. And
First game of the season, man.
first
Shit,
game of the
crazy.
season, we got double OT. So that's good signs for things to come. You got OKC pulling that out, 125 to 124 on their ring ceremony night. So shout out to the OKC Thunder taking care of business last year and starting off the season strong this year. So while we're getting started with the documenting and talking about today's games, Smack, just tell me some things that you like or didn't like from last night's performance.
It was what really impressed me was Sangoon. He's taking that next step, especially like as a 3-point shooter. Like he was raining some threes and especially some deep ones, 5 for 8 from the line, from the 3-point line. Just really showed that overall improvement. But a main thing that I would say I didn't like, which I kind of saw coming, was the spacing issues that of having like really only Sengun being that shooter on the court alongside KD, but you didn't get a lot of, obviously you didn't get much from a man shooting 0 for 7. God damn.
No,
Um, Jabari was okay. Reed Shepard, he was an expected shooter, but he's a young guy and he's finally getting like real minutes. So I expect him to shoot it a lot better, but Tari Eason didn't shoot it well at all. 1 for 4, 1 for 6 from the line. So I feel like that's just gonna be their main issue. Just of spacing and being able to like shoot the three and giving KD space to operate and making guys respect the other guys and not clog up lanes and stuff. So they're gonna have to a man and Tari and some of the other guys gonna have to fix their shooting or find some consistency real quick, or else like you're probably just gonna see a repeat of what happened in the playoffs where guys are getting left, and then you just like hope you're just playing the numbers game, and then from there you just not it's not a formula for winning.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think the Houston Rockets came into this game, into this season, with a lot of questions to be answered as far as to how their rotations are going to look, as far as what they're going to look like as a ball club with adding KD to the roster. Um, I think they did, even though some of the lows that you mentioned, a man didn't have the best shooting night from deep. He shot 0 for 7 from deep, 8 for 17 from the field. Um,
Damn.
you mentioned Sengun had a big game. He had 39, 11 boards and 7 assists. So he's looking to take that to make that next step in his game and his career breakout. They I think that they put a decent showing on the floor last night, especially
Yeah.
having to deal with the defending champs on your first night of the season. They gave them a good run for their money, double overtime game.
Yep.
I think for me, and some of we discussed this off the air when we were just chatting it up amongst us last night. I think for me, the biggest thing that I'm interested to see what Coach Emil Doka is going to be able to figure out with that Houston Rockets roster now that Fred VanVleet is he out for the season or he's out for the time being?
I think this season. I
He
could look
might
it
be
up.
done for the season.
Let's confirm. We have in front of Fred.
Yeah, I mean that's a big loss for them, being that he was there damn near the only point guard. I mean, I know Reed is someone that they're looking to provide them big minutes, but Reed is still coming into his own. He didn't have the great
Yeah,
last year.
he towards
And
ACL.
he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he left for the season.
Yeah, so we saw them come out with that big lineup. I don't know if that's a lineup that they're planning on running throughout the season as their main starting lineup, or they were just giving that a go, being that they had to match up with some of the speed and size issues that OKC brings about. But I was interested to see a man running the one, having say KD at the two, which is something that I don't think I've ever seen. If you,
Okay.
yeah, I can't remember KD playing the two at any time in his career. And you got
You only see
Jabari.
that in 2K, man.
Yeah, you only see that in 2K on my team or something. So, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to see that, but I think they held their own. I think they held their own. Key, what would you, as far as the product that the Houston Rockets put on the floor against the defending champions, would you say that you were, a bit more optimistic on their outlook for the season, or did they leave a couple questions to be unanswered for you in that game yesterday?
Optimistic actually. The main question that we all were both talking about earlier is just the shooting and the spacing. But outside of that, it didn't look terrible. It looked really good actually, and I really like that lineup against the Thunder. I know this is the first game of the season, so teams will blend well, but I think it was a problem. Like when Thunder goes that small ball lineup, what was it? Carson Wallace, Lou Dort, and then it was Shea, and they had what Steven Adams, and they had that what's that new jit that was spraying? That Mickey jit? What's his name? Mackie?
Let me find out for you right now.
He dropped like 16.
You talking
Right?
about
You talking about Adam Mitchell?
Mitchell,
Uh,
Mitchell, yeah. They were doing okay, but like you can tell, like they were messing up guarding KD or getting Segun got to the spots that he's abusing the length. Pause. They was really like going at a top speed because Jabari is a good defender, in my opinion. I seen last year in the playoffs. He was guarding Shea sometimes. He was switching on Shea. He was guarding Carson. They could
yeah.
really move with that lineup, me with that much length. And when it came down to the, that was crazy too. Pause on that. When it came down to the last game of the stretch, I had some time to watch it. I seen KD on the wing, and he was chilling. And Amen Thompson was taking big shots, like those back-to-back layups. He was
Yeah.
abusing the matchup against him and Carson, and he couldn't do anything. And I low-key think, the Thunder get that BS call. That one turnover he had with Alex Caruso. I love Caruso. He fired the shit out of him. But they
But
they they,
they
they
let you got it back with that because Caruso got fouled on that dunk. I was watching it. They
yeah,
talking about it was a
yeah,
block, but that man just straight on the
yeah,
rip. Like that's a
yeah.
foul.
Yeah. It was really good in the overtime. But yeah, I think them using that length and speed is good. I think that if they could find another point guard that could shoot, because Amen Thompson, I thought he could play the two because he's looking really good with the ball in his hand. It's just not the playmaking wise, and he can't really
which
shoot
was
that well.
surprising. Which what I was kind of worried about him, them with them saying that he was going to be running the one. I was like, can he facilitate the offense? But he looked good.
Yeah, he looked good. Yeah, he looked good with the ball in his hand. I could see him as a two. Maybe they put him at two and Kate at a three, but we'll see. Maybe a later episode we can talk about who could potentially get to the who potentially get to the one, or maybe they could get a shooter that can space out the court for them. Because maybe they're already missing like a player like Dylan Brooks or something like that. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, those are very good points that you brought up. Again, to that amend point, that was my main concern. I think they released the lineup a few hours before, if not the night before, and just seeing how big of a lineup they were gonna be bringing out on the floor against OKC, and seeing the amount of trust that they had in the men to start the
Yeah,
season. I think he lived up to the potential. Now, I mean,
Yeah.
there's
yeah,
some concerns that can be had, of course, when you're playing a player that's not naturally a point guard. You're expecting him to kind of facilitate the offense and kind of navigate the way things are supposed to run. But I think what he made up on it throughout the game was a lot of his aggression that I saw. Especially in the
confidence.
beginning of the game, I believe he had you know like 7 of the first like 10 or 15 points, and I was like, okay, I mean. They're simple buckets for him, but in the grand scheme of things, he's taking guys off the dribble. He's crashing the glass. he's playing physical down low among, Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet and some of them big bodies that they had in OKC down there. So he was definitely holding his own, especially for a younger player in the league. And it just continues to excite you from the perspective of seeing what he can become um, as these years progress. It's looking like the first game. If the first game is an indication, it looked like he took a big leap from last year. Although he was killing last year,
Mm,
he's definitely a bit more confident in his game, and you can tell
yeah.
that he's matured from a solid standpoint. So I like what I saw from the Thunder. I mean, not from the Thunder, excuse me, from the Rockets. I saw one thing online where somebody was mentioning that they noticed Reed kind of looking off of KD a
KD.
lot throughout the game. Yeah, and when Reed came in to play those PG minutes, it's kind of like you know his perspective, at least from my understanding of watching the game, his perspective was more so, okay, I still have something to prove in the league, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to try to do so, as opposed to playing and working throughout the positive flow of the offense. So, he had some decent minutes. He didn't shoot too good, like McKinley mentioned earlier. I mean, if we look at his shooting split, he only had 9 points on 3 of 11 shooting, 2 for 7 from three. So he definitely needs to settle down and clean that up. But I think KD, and we've seen this throughout his tenure in the league. Shit, how many years now has it been for KD? 19, 20.
19.
Yeah, so KD's been in the league for a very long time, but we've known KD to be, a kind of a go with the flow guy. Like he just wants to
Yeah,
shoot. He knows he's a bucket getter. He knows what he can do with the rock in his hands, but he's not going to. He don't got that. I don't want to say he don't got that dog in him because we know what KD can possess. I mean, KD can bring to the court when it's time to, but he's not going to be that guy that's waving off his teammates or demanding the ball and demanding to get his touches. He's going to play correct basketball. He's going to play in the flow
yeah,
of the game as he should. But there are some times, sometimes you're watching the game and you're like, damn, like Reed is waving you off. Like this is not a player that you Kevin Durant. We know who you are.
yeah, yeah. We all
Facts.
know you. Yeah.
Like, feel free to chime in as what do you guys think KD needs to offer to this Houston Rockets team, especially with the loss of Van Fleet, if they're going to be able to, reach the levels in which some people are holding them to of NBA championship, NBA finals at the minimum.
McKinley?
I mean, I would say like definitely like more assertiveness, like especially at like late games, kind of being that, calming hub, for that young team. Because I felt like there were moments where like, yeah, obviously like, you want to give it to Sengun and like because he had the hot hand and he was working, especially you got Caruso, even though Caruso's a great defender, but he's only like 6'5" and like what 210, maybe 215. So I obviously want to go at that mismatch, but I feel like there were times where Sengun didn't have it or was trying to force it. And and it's like I feel like KD's job being the vet, just kind of like yeah, like let me get the ball. Let's kind of like run something or like okay, let's run like just a quick 2-man action with whatever, and then like let's just go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, KD is gonna be that he's gonna make the right play. That's why, basketball purists, they love that about Kevin Durant. He's never the guy that's gonna, you know, sometimes you're looking at certain players and you're like, bro, that's like you're getting buckets, but it's bad basketball. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not. It doesn't look natural in the flow of the offense. With Kevin, it's gonna be, I can do everything on this court, so I'll let my guys shine. I'll let my guys get to their buckets, get to their spots. And when it's time for me to take over, when it's time for me to get the ball in my hands, I'll do what I do with it. He didn't have the greatest shooting night last night. Shot 9 for 16 from the field, 0 for 4 from deep. I don't know what was going on with the deep ball last night, but Rockets didn't really seem to have that under their belt. But I mean, as just to sum up what we've talked about the last 15 minutes when it pertains to the Houston Rockets, they put a good product on the floor. Unfortunately, came out with the L, but that's a tough environment to go play in. We're talking about the reigning champ on their first ring ceremony of all time.
Yeah.
You had Shea with the bar getting turned with the ring in his hand, getting upset with his teammates and stuff. So, it was a good night for OKC, and I'm glad they were able to pull out the dub. We got French in the building. French, how you feeling?
What's good, Joe? Wait, speaking of that, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't like how Chet did my dog Mello like that, bro. My boy came on live TV talking about something. Yeah, he said I got a ring. T-Mac was there, Vince was there, Melo was there. I was like,
Jamal Crawford.
if it's
Yeah.
like
all the boys, you got a raise, right?
He feeling good. He feeling good. And I was looking at it. I'm like, damn, like, to that point, I seen like a still frame of him holding the ring out next to all them boys, and I'm like, damn, they probably
Yeah.
looking at him like,
Man, fuck,
man.
man.
he zoomed in on their faces, bro. It was so funny. It was so funny.
So now that we got French in the building, we didn't really talk much about what we saw from the Thunder last night. French, just give us a little rundown of what you like, what you didn't like about what OKC put on the floor last night.
Right. So one, I love the size that they have on their team.
Pause.
Boss.
Hey, okay.
Elbow.
Whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. But yeah, I love the size that they have on their team. Like, you feel me? They got long legged
Pause.
guards. Whatever. Sengun looking like KD. I'm like, they gotta be in the gym. Like, I would take in, you feel me? You gotta take all that. Like Paul. All right, Paul. You gotta be able to work with KD. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to say. All right. But yeah, one thing I'm sure you guys mentioned it, or like when I talked about it, but I ain't like how they was playing. You feel me? They was playing keep away from KD, man. Like I don't like that. Like I get it. You feel me? It's first game. You know.
Plus, you got to give him credit. Like, you got Lou Dort on him. Lou Dort was doing a fantastic job of denying him the ball. Like,
the ball was getting there late. Like KD got to see. Like, you know how we all hoop. You feel me? You know how when you get in somebody's chest and like you try and extend out, boom, the ball gotta be extend out. You feel me? Like it's about timing. But that comes with chemistry. You feel me? So I don't. It's whatever. But I really like. Hey, Shea scoring at 30. Having 12 at half,
Even though it wasn't the most efficient, if we're gonna be honest about it.
He could not knock down a single three to save his life, boy.
What you saying starting five?
I'm very, 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 very hard to stop. That's what he said. That's exactly what he said, word for word.
Yeah. Goodness, but bro, but Shea, he also said like if he's not scoring more than 30,
yeah,
that's a bad game.
It's a bad game.
And like you saw it, but boom, he had that 35, made it happen. Like I like that team, but honestly, I like the system players. Tari Eason, I'm sorry, I don't know what he was doing. He looked like like I'm not gonna say trash because I'm not gonna discredit him, but he looked like trash. Like I'm sorry, you feel me?
He didn't live up to the hype that he was doing at the end of
you know what I'm saying? Like it just needs work. But them, I just feel like the Rockets they need chemistry. Like obviously OKC they're coming off a ring, but I feel like the Rockets they just need. You feel me? They need some time. Like not every team's gonna work their first season. You feel me? Or like their first half of the season. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I see both of those teams going far in the playoffs, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I'll let Key pick up on just some more insight on the Thunder. One thing I will say real quick before I pass it over to you, Key, is Chet. He was looking good to start the game. He finished with 28 on 11 of 17 shooting. So he had a very solid, efficient night last night. And one thing I liked from Chet was he came out the gate looking to aggressive. He came out the gate looking to get to his spot, looking to get his buckets in. I'm not gonna say, Chet got hurt that one year, and I mean shit even last year. And he seemed to have some injury bug problems, but when Chet is 100% good to go, I think this team is very difficult to stop.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I was thinking like with Thunder, they already have their formula set up. Because last night I wouldn't feel like it was a terrible game for them, but I feel like it's just a little bit step back from what it was last year we saw. But last time we saw them, they were in the playoffs motion, they were in the finals, they already had a full system. But like you can tell, like like when you keep practicing on something or you keep doing something, you got that muscle memory. It's like that team already has that muscle memory. For sure last night they missed Jay Will. They missed him a lot last night. And you can tell like when sometimes Shea has a bad games, he really steps it up. I remember people was talking shit about him like, oh, is he really an all-star? No, he really is because when Shea didn't come off so hot, he would have usually have his little 20-30 ball. He put big shots. But still, that team, they have that formula. They still have that chemistry to overwhelm and still compete with Houston. Still compete. Still, they're down 8. Let's get back on the run. They always still have that notion, and that's like their kind of like how he has their culture. That's like their Thunder culture, how they got going on right now. All the team, Isaac Hartstein grabbing boards, check out there playing defense, grabbing boards. You still have Crusoe and Ludor being freaking bulldogs, fouling everybody. You still got people hitting open shots. Even like I just mentioned, Mitchell. He came. I didn't even know who he was today. He came up, made some big shots.
Right.
Mitchell came in here with some really big shots, and so did Wiggins step up. So I think the Thunder is okay. When J Dub comes back, I'm not sure when he comes back. When he comes back, they'll be back in full motion, and maybe not maybe, but this year, hopefully, they don't stay stagnant to the old year. They could break off something, make something new to the new year. You know what I'm saying? And just to everybody, everybody's just to them. They're not just to everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. They definitely have another crack at the well. They definitely have another chance to run it back because it doesn't look like they've lost a step from last
Yeah,
year. They're definitely still that smash mouth, um, gritty team. Lou Dort. I mean, Lou Dort is a pest, bro. And
yeah,
Lou Dort, I'm watching the game. I finished the game. I'm thinking he had a great game. He only had 6 points on 2 of 12 shooting, but
yeah,
that's what that defensive presence brings to to the ball club and to these performances that we see from Lou Dort. He's getting in KD's chest. He's making KD's night difficult. I see them hit the ground. Both of them hit the ground multiple times. It may have been a foul, but those are the types of you know we
a
gotta
game one.
exactly. Those are the plays that win games because you got to take their best player out of rhythm, and it looks like that's what Lou Dort is going to be interested to do this entire season. So it was a great game. Like we mentioned, 125, 124, double overtime spectacle. Uh, it was a great sight to see. I saw something saying that NBC took ESPN chain overnight. I know all of us still got our illegal streaming sites, and we don't listen to that last statement, but we got our ways of watching the game, so we don't really give a damn about that. But I mean, I saw something where they had like 21,000 more viewers at one point in the first game than the Super Bowl of last year. So you know, the
Man,
NBA is yeah. I mean, folks were saying the NBA was going to be losing steam, and the NBA they're making things difficult, and they're making it difficult for their fans to consume the content. But if last night was any indication of what's coming for the NBA, they still one of the peak leagues in the world, and they definitely lived up to the hype. So before we move on to the next game, I do want to ask y'all boys just a brief question. Um, you know, if I could get your guys' insight on, 'cause I saw something very interesting to start the game yesterday when they were even at the beginning when they were doing the starting lineup announcement. Um, the Houston Rockets still naming their players, etc., etc. And Steven Adams gets announced. The crowd is going bonkers. They love Steven Adams over there in OKC. He was one of their loyalists over there in Oklahoma, and they respect him regardless of where he goes. So Steven Adams was getting all the love. Then they announced KD, and we know it's bound to happen, but he gets straight boos from the fan base on the starting lineup announcement. Not only starting
ooh,
lineup announcement, but every time he touched the ball, they was booing. So my question to y'all is, where, if anywhere, do you guys think? And let me just preface this by saying, this was choosing of his own, and KD doesn't really care. I mean, he's a hooper. He only cares about hooping, winning, and doing the best that he can do for whatever team that he's on. So he doesn't really care about the excess noise or the admiration from the fan bases and different teams. But it's hard to see a place that, when it's all said and done for Kevin Durant, where is he? How we look at players, and even if they bounce around, we say, okay, that player is a Knick, that player is a Cavs, that player is a Laker. Regardless of where they play. Can we say that about Kevin? Can we say, like, do you guys see KD getting his jersey retired anywhere? Which is crazy because he's been, number two player, if not 1B, for over a decade in the NBA. It's crazy
mm.
to say that about a player of his stature, but do you guys see that happening when it's all said and done for him?
I mean, I feel like the only
Yeah.
plausible place would be OKC. But honestly, dang, that's a crazy take. But that's wow. I
Mhm.
ain't gonna lie. If they don't do it in OKC, I don't see him doing it anywhere else. To be honest,
Mm.
Nah, I probably I probably say he probably is not gonna get his jersey retired. I mean, I wouldn't say OKC only because like just how they feel about the way he left and then all that stuff. And then I would next say I was thinking the Warriors because obviously you win a couple chips there, and so that's like obviously huge for any city regardless. So I'll say there if not, but really it's just tough because obviously you're just only place you had the most longevity is obviously OKC, and then you just didn't do much there. Even though you were like in the beginning, I mean, towards the end, still you were like instrumental to the whole community and city. But just the way you left, and then you go win a championship ring with the team that beat you. So it's just it's tough.
It's tough. It's tough. I was gonna go Warriors too, but I think it's too difficult with the Warriors. And this was, I don't know if he spoke about it in the starting five. Key, if you want to chime in on that regard, but I think it's tough. It was tough with the Warriors because even though he brought them two chips and two Finals MVPs at that, it's like, yeah, we appreciate what you've done, but you're not Steph, and that was probably part of the conversations and some of the things that he was thinking about on his way out. So if it doesn't happen at the Warriors for me, I think like McKinley said, the way things soured out in OKC, I don't see it happening there. Brooklyn, he was barely there. Phoenix didn't end well over there. So yeah, I don't know, man. Key, what you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if it does happen, it's the Warriors. On the starting five, they were saying how the Warriors was reaching out for him and they wanted him to play, but he clearly said, "Yeah, I'm not trying to play there. I don't want to play there at all. Like, hell no. I'm making my decision on where I'm going. I'm not going to the fucking Warriors." That's literally what he said. So, I mean, I guess eventually, time progresses and after he retires, you know, I guess they still are cool with him because they still want to trade for him. They still want him on his team. So I guess they're still cool with him as an organization, maybe. And as time progresses, they'll probably be the only team. Cause like I said, he won a Finals MVP. He won the Finals there. But the Thunder, I don't think so. I forgot he played for Brooklyn. Damn there. And Phoenix Suns, no, that was terrible. So I don't see any other team unless he somehow wins a ring in Houston. But still, like, nah. They didn't retire what Clyde Drexler, did they? I don't think they retired Clyde Drexler. So I don't think they will retire
Well,
Katie.
mm,
they
yeah,
So
did.
yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I could check.
I mean, Clyde should be for the Blazers though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but he got a
He,
ring. He got his ring for the
You-
Houston
Oh yeah,
Rockets.
oh
mm,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
the
it's
glut.
tough. It's tough because even Clyde is a great example. Like he said, he won his ring with Houston, but you know when you hear Clyde Drexler, you think about what he did for Portland, and those battles that he was having in the West back then. So I mean, like and like I said to Open, I know KD doesn't give a damn about him. He just
Oh, they
cares about.
did. Sorry.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Houston Rockets retired his number. That's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, I was talking to my sister about it. I said maybe if he has a good string with Houston and he's able to bring them a chip, maybe that can be looked at as his home, like in the grand scheme of things, like way down the line. But us as current NBA fans, kind of seeing the trajectory of KD's career, even us, even if he wins 3 rings with Houston, I don't think we're gonna look back and be like, yeah, KD was a Houston Rocket, man. He did so much for
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stick well, man. But yeah, man, that's all we got for that first game, man. Let's move on to the second. So we had another game between the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers. Um, I don't know why y'all laughing. We
Because
had
the key, good key already know.
we had Golden State pulling out the dub in LA, 119 to 109. Even though Luca had a, I know Key, that's your team. I'm sorry. Luca had a big game. He had 43 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists. Um, Luca's gonna do what Luca does day in, day out. We know what Luca does, but it's about the supporting cast. LeBron didn't play last night, and you know, I mean, it didn't look too good for the Lakers. And the Warriors came out. You know, one thing about the Warriors, whoever they put on the floor, they just play good basketball, bro. I could hate them all I
Yeah,
want, but you could watch the game and you see the most, like you see what they're like, you see good basketball being played in front of you. They
yeah,
could just give the ball to Steph and say, Steph, go to work, do what you want to
yeah.
do. But they never play like that. They
Yeah.
I'm passing away here, I'm screening away here. I'm cutting here, I'm setting a back screen here. I got an elevator coming up the middle. I got a pick and roll coming up into a pick and pop into a screen away to a, I'm like this is good basketball.
There's
It's
Yeah.
so
good
many
action,
actions,
bro.
bro.
It's good action. Like you watch them play, and it's like, and then people can say what they want about Draymond. Draymond don't need to put up numbers, in my opinion. Draymond, what was
Uh,
that's last night? Draymond had 8 points, 9 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and 7 rebounds. And people looking at me like, nigga, Draymond, you overhyped, you overrated, etc., etc. But just watching the action that we're talking about, it's like
just winning plays.
he makes the plays that need to be made, bro. He's
But
very
Draymond know how to win, bro. That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't.
He makes the plays that are very pivotal, excuse me, to the Golden State Warriors' success all these years, and them adding, just going on and adding Jimmy Butler. Like, I mean, that doesn't help when he's dropping 35, 5 and 4 on 7 of 14 shooting, efficient shooting, 16 of 16 from the free throw.
Don't
Yeah,
think
man. We know what Jimmy's gonna do, man. Especially for that team, man. Just being a guy that could draw fouls, slow the game down, and just earn points the easy way.
Plus
so.
20.
The easy way, man. I mean, Key, I know you just gave your take on to wrap things up for the last game, but being that this is your team in the Los Angeles Lakers, I think the people are intrigued to hear what you got to say about that game we saw last night.
Oh shit!
What did he say?
Ain't nothing changed,
He
bro.
just Hulk smashed his desk, bro.
Sound barrier.
Ain't nothing changed, bro. It's just the third quarter is our worst quarter, and we can't play defense, bro.
And that's the Warriors' best quarter. It's
And
always
that's
been
yeah,
like
it's bro. It's I mean, I'll say this. I did like how the team like was competitive enough. Like we were down a lot, and then they came back up a little bit. So I feel like maybe LeBron was there be a little different. But F LeBron, like it's just the team just has this saying. Let's say I'll say about the Warriors. I just messed my camera up. Say about the Warriors. I mean not Warriors, the Thunder. How they have a known common thing. The Lakers have a known common thing: turnovers, terrible defense, no transition D. We can't grab rebounds. We're terrible. We have terrible stretches in important parts of the game. It's just the same consistent stuff, and it's like yeah, Curry didn't do like Curry. You have Jimmy Butler doing his Dougie. Like you said, Draymond was he was all over. He touched. He grabbed the ball, and he did some things to that ball that made it his ball. If you know what I'm talking about. Like it was really annoying. It was really annoying. I didn't watch the whole game. I watched the bottom half. I was at work, but it was just really no watching the game and seeing that the team like we want to see better things. But it's the first game of the season. I ain't tripping. I'm never gonna trip. But
Yeah,
it's like not too much change with the Lakers, in my opinion. And I don't know.
yeah, man. I mean, excuse me. With the Lakers, man. I mean, the Lakers. I just don't know where they go from here. I saw DeMarcus speaking about just how the narrative has been painted for Luka, and you guys can feel free to chime in on what you guys feel about the conversation. But he was saying that being that his game is so similar to James Harden's game in his prime, and we know the flack James always got back in those Houston days was you can't win with offense like this. You can't win with yeah, he might have 50 and 13 and 12, and it might look like the greatest game from a stat sheet perspective, but the rest of the team is not, carrying their end of the bargain, and they're still losing games by, 10, 15 points like we saw the Lakers do today. We spoke about Luka's game. He had 43 points, 9 assists, and 12 rebounds. And it's still, I remember looking up at the scoreboard, I'm looking at his stat sheet, and I'm like, damn, he's stuffing the stat sheet, but it's still down by 10, 12 points. I'm just like, I just don't
but
know. Go ahead.
I was like, but like what's funny, like I agree, but I also like now like looking back at it, like it's when we look at it now, like I kind of disagree. Only in the sense of like because with what Harden was doing and like the system around it, is mainly like, built on Harden and the analytics. You feel me? So they were getting up like as many 3-point volumes, like similar to the Celtics. So you could say like in a sense, like they were making it to the Western Conference Finals, and they were like what a win away from beating the Warriors, but unfortunately a Chris Paul hamstring injury that causing them to lose about a game, and then they go 0 for 7, 0 for 27 from a stretch. So it's just like I feel like yeah, part of that is conducive, but I say with like in Luka's situation, he just doesn't have the similar product of having like a bunch of shooters, guys who could at least shoot it about like 35% from three and knock down like shoot a lot of threes. 'Cause I don't think the Lakers just in general get up a lot of 3-point shots, just to you feel me, at least be similar to them Harden teams. So like I agree that partially like that it isn't true to winning, but I mean we've seen with the Celtics it can do it, but it has to be like obviously tweaked in a certain manner to fit that the blueprint the Celtics did.
100%. Like even P has spoken about, guys got to hit shots. The guys around him, one guy can carry his load. Braun could come back and do what he's gonna do, but guys gotta carry the end of the bargain. French, before I pass it over to you to speak on what you liked from the game or didn't like, just let me just throw this stat out here I'm looking at right now. The Los Angeles Lakers attempted 32 3-point shots last night. They made eight.
32.
Yeah.
Okay.
They attempted 32 and they made eight of those shots. And compared to the Warriors 40 and making 17. So guys just got to hit shots, man. We can't have 8 for 32 shooting performances and expect to take this Los Angeles expect to take this Los Angeles Lakers ball club anywhere. French,
Eight,
French, go ahead.
That
eight,
is that's
eight
a
for
20 points. That's a 27.3 point swing. That is crazy.
That's 25% from the three the Lakers shot, man.
Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, I feel like honestly, in my opinion, bro, like I feel like just playing for the Lakers organization as a role player, low key, it's a lot of pressure, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I could feel for them boys. I know that it's a lot of pressure because you're playing in LA. It's the Lake Show. You feel me? Like you got to perform. You're on one of the biggest platforms. Like everybody tunes into this game. You feel me? And like
Yeah.
sometimes it's tough. You playing with Braun, you playing with Luka. Like still can't believe that deal went through. But like, bro, they gotta find something. I don't know. I feel like they have all the pieces. Nah. What am I saying? I feel like they have a couple pieces that makes the team work. But I feel like key pieces like a big man like DeAndre Ayton, I mean, he's cool.
He didn't have a great game last night.
He's
He looked,
cool,
man.
but he gotta tap into a different bag. Like I don't know. I feel like he just really needs to be dominant down there. Just be dominant. Like put your big boy drawers on, bro. Like come on. I don't know what else to tell him.
Yeah, I think the knock on Aiton has always been because he's a very skilled player, especially for his position. Like
Exactly.
he has the touch to finish the hook. He has the little pull up jumper. But when you get a bit too complacent and forget what your role to the team is, we know you could get buckets and in your respective fashion, but you know, the Lakers don't need you to be catching the ball at the high post and pulling a pulling up a
And
touch
that's the midi.
Exactly.
shoot a touch midi jumper. They don't need you to float. They don't need you to catch the ball in the post and instead of banging down there and getting to the bucket and drawing fouls, you're drop stepping and hitting uh, like you're hitting your touch floater. Like
Bro.
that's not what the Lakers need. The Lakers are in need of a big man to produce and to actually be dominant down there.
Hmm.
Like we still got more to talk about this game. Just to let the people know, our good man Smack might be having to slide out of here in a minute. So just in case you guys are wondering if you guys don't see him finish off the episode, but you know, the Lakers just they don't they don't give that grit that's needed for them to win a championship in the NBA. And like French said, it's a different pressure that comes with playing in LA. I've been to LA. I went to a Clippers game and I kind of felt that aura. I kind of felt that energy in the stadium back when they were still in the crib. So I know where they're coming from that perspective, but pressure either pressure gonna make you fold or pressure got to make diamonds. That's exactly what it comes to with the Los Angeles Lakers. That's why Kobe was able to have the success that he was able to have because he was a dog. You know, that's why
Yeah.
LeBron and AD when they won their championship, they was able to find success. They were dogs and they had dogs around them and Rondo and Dwight and all these other players. Like it just feels like it's missing. It feels like it's missing. Key, I'm sorry to break it to you, bro. I LeBron is my second favorite player of all time, dog, behind D Wade. And I want to see him get one more just so we can kind of hush the debates and hush these discussions. But
Facts.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's looking like this.
But kid is over with, bro. Like I don't like for Miami too. You know, I'm sorry. I'm being real. I mean, like I hate it, but it happens. But y'all got a generational player there, so when LeBron maybe leaves or retires or whatever, y'all might have something going on. But
I don't know. I feel like no, I think we might have to get rid of Caruso, bro. I mean, not Caruso. I said Caruso. I like Austin Reeves, man.
get
Oh,
rid of him.
I've been seeing that y'all gonna have to do that.
Because like he's really good, but like he doesn't fit it. He doesn't. Oh, pause. He doesn't. Fuck it. He doesn't fit the
he doesn't fit.
team.
He doesn't fit the Laker mold. He
Yeah,
doesn't.
he doesn't fit because like he's a playmaker. He could pass people. It's like we already have LeBron doing that. We already have Luka doing that. We need a really good, strong wing that can play defense and still get up a good 3-point like him because he can shoot the ball well. He's efficient, but we need fucking defense. That starting lineup, bro. I was like Gabriel Vincent. I wanted Marcus Smart more, but I guess he was trying to have Marcus Smart come off the bench and have that defensive pressure for the bench unit. But it was basically Marcus Smart and Banner off the bench anyway. Like we should have one of those guys starting, especially if LeBron's not here. Because bro, Gabe Vincent, Luka, Austin Reeves, Roy Hachimura, and DeAndre Ayton. There's no defense. That's the part. There's no defense. We can't stop anybody. Middle schoolers could hoop on us. Like there's nothing we could do about it. And that is really annoying. And Austin Reeves is a really talented player. His value is really high. He's on a great contract. I think we just got to get a wing, but it's like most teams who are competing with a strong defending wing, they want to keep their players. I, maybe it's the Knicks. I don't know, but well, I just don't think that Austin Reeves could fit his team like that. Like everybody is like kind of comparing it, not like similar to that situation, but like Luka had Kyrie on the side, Luka could have Austin Reeves on the side, but you forgot this is the guy LeBron James right here who needs the ball in his hand. Who play makes and get everybody going too. So it's like I don't, and no one plays defense. They don't. All three don't play like LeBron. At least gives better effort on defense, but he's 40 some years old, bro. He can't be your better defender out of that trio. Like we need something. Like I can't, bro. I
Yeah,
can't. Every team has it.
yeah. And Austin had a good game, like you mentioned.
Yeah,
He had 26 last night on 5 rebounds and 9 assists, 2 steals. The shooting could be a little better, 9 for 16, 1 for 5 from the three, but he had a good game. But like he has mentioned, and that's coming from a Lakers fan. It's a it's a certain mode that's taken to need to play in LA, especially when you're playing alongside two greats like Luka and LeBron. It just might be an issue of the piece fitting. It might be as simple as that.
yeah.
And I just want to touch on uh what we saw from DeAndre Ayton last night. It was a letdown. I'll just be
Yeah.
as point blank as I can be. He had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 1 block, 5 for 7 from the field goal. Man, I
He
mean,
wasn't. He wasn't aggressive. He wasn't. It was like he was just there.
he was just there, man. He got his buckets, and that's how his buckets and his rebounds felt in the same way. It just felt like it just came to him. Not in a good way where it's like, we're talking about a guy being so good at ball that he's just naturally, everything's just naturally coming to him. It's just like, these are just a couple gimmies you got, but you didn't really leave an impact on the game, you know? Watching the game last night, I already spoke on some of his tendencies. I spoke on the mid-range pull-up. I spoke on setting, you know, semi-weak. I gotta call it what it is. Kind of weak screens, slipping, expecting to get the ball so you could work in
Yeah.
the in that post in that high post mid post area. It's it's not it's especially with the personnel that the Lakers currently have, it's not what's gonna be needed in order for this team to win ball games. And for Luca to have almost half of your whole entire team's points,
So,
for Austin Reeves and Luca alone to have over half of your team's points, you got 9 from Hutchimer, you got 3 from Vincent, you got 9 from Smart, 5 from Laravia, uh, 4 from Jackson Hayes, 0 from Vando. It's it's just it's 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 unfortunate to see, and I hope this is just game one jitters. I hope the Lakers can kind of right the ship after this game. They were playing a very seasoned, a very tenured organization in the Golden State Warriors, but what we saw just wasn't the greatest. You know, we can move on to the Warriors. I know we opened. They play good basketball. You know, they it feels as though they don't. It don't matter who they throw on the field on the court to me. I see. You looking here. I see. Buddy was on the heater last night. Buddy was 6 of 11, uh, 5 for 10 from three. Even Al Horford, who looked like he belonged to somebody retirement home, gave him good minutes. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Like Gary Payton the second, six 6 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Everybody's producing over there in Golden State, and so I've heard some conversations, some narratives that they think Golden State can secure another championship under their belt. While I won't go that far, what I saw yesterday, albeit against the Lakers, that didn't look like to be in their best form. It was good. It was good hoop. It was good hoop. Friends, what you like from the Warriors, if you watched the game or from what you were able to catch?
true. From the game, obviously, I like how the Warriors play. They play fast. They hit shots. They hit open shots. They move the ball. Like that system's always gonna work. That's just basketball. Like they literally go over there and play basketball. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
Curry, he's putting up 20, but then the thing that I like about them is that everybody touches it. You feel me? Like everybody gets a hand of it on the ball. You feel me? Like it doesn't
Well,
stick. You feel me? Okay. Like unless Draymond's in the low post or on the wing or something like that, trying to create something, like the ball doesn't stay. Curry's on the move, guys slipping. Like there's actions going where like shoot, like Dawg said, um, bro, like there's cut actions, back doors. You feel me? You see the split actions, everything, the pin downs, the post ups. You feel me? Like I seen it was like they set a stagger string coming up for like Curry to come up, and then he came around, boom, you see Gary Payton slip it. That's a dime, easy from Draymond. I'm like, bro, like
good ball.
this is amazing.
It's good ball.
Like
It's good ball.
this is what we want to see. You feel me? Good basketball. I will. You feel me? I'm for Cleveland. Like with LeBron, when LeBron was there, I hated the Warriors. I'm gonna be real. I hated the Warriors.
Yeah.
They was over here. You feel me? They doing what they got to do. I'm like, dang, bro, I want LeBron to win. Oh, you feel me? But like now, like I just really like good basketball. You feel me? Like you can't be mad at it. You
Yeah.
know,
You can't knock
the
it.
addition
And
with Jimmy, like Jimmy really made that team different too. Like he brings like obviously the scoring level, but he also brings defense. You feel me? So like and just IQ plays, like the little things really matter. Like every game, the little things matter. Like
100%.
that's really what it takes to win. Like Draymond knows how to win, Jimmy knows how to win, Curry knows how to win. That's three people. That's all you need for to win a championship.
Mhm. One
Like,
thing I'll mention about the Warriors, to that Jimmy addition point, not only does he bring, like friend said, good energy, good basketball, good smart IQ plays to the table, but he brings, we knew Jimmy all too well with the Miami Heat. He brings a
facts.
certain level of grit with him. We see him in the media. He likes to joke around. I saw a video of him having a kid pull a prank on Buddy Hield and then one of their shoot
Yeah.
arounds. He's a fun loving, good energy spirit guy, but when the time comes for that ball to get tipped off and it's time to hoop, he comes with a different level of grit, and the entire Warriors organization is feeding off of that. Um, I think just one last point to put to make about the Warriors, not only do they play smart basketball, not only do they have the guys that are capable of making top tier plays when it comes to what they're putting on the floor. I will say the Warriors. they just look like they play with a different level of two things: confidence and fun. Like it looks like they're enjoying themselves out. You know, the guys the guy at the end of the bench seems to have as much energy as the guy getting the most minutes in the team. You know, um, you got guys cheering on the end of the benches. You got guys cracking jokes throughout the games. You got guys supporting one another throughout the ball game. That's what you need. That's what we saw from the Thunder last year, and that's why the Thunder were able to go as far as they did last year because that camaraderie was definitely there with the organization. And the Warriors have been having this for years. Curry only had 23. To say only 23 for Curry, I mean, it's him, so we're expecting, 30s and 40s. We're used to that. But for a 23 to be as impactful as it was, and for them to beat the Lakers in their home by 10 points, you know that the entire organization is running very fluid. I don't know if y'all saw that one play where somebody kicked it out to Curry, which seemed like a garbage play at the end of the possession. I want to say like at the pass, just in front of the half court line. Gabe Vincent playing him as tight as you can, and he just catches it in the pocket,
And he
chucks
just
it
gets
up.
jade.
You see what
Okay.
I'm saying? He just chucks it up. It looks like it's just gonna be, a throwaway possession in his water. It's just like, bro, the team has fun, bro, and they have the personnel to to have a good time on the floor. So
Mm.
it don't look like, as much as I hate to say it, it don't look like the Warriors have taken any regression. If anything, they've gotten better from last year to this year, being that they have one more year under their belt with Jimmy, and you know they didn't really even add nobody crazy besides Al. I mean, they just
Yeah,
waived Seth off, but I mean, and then Moody didn't play last night.
Yeah.
Jackson Davis didn't play last night. Those are some pieces that we've seen give them good minutes in the past. For them to
Like
come out
Moody,
here and make easy work of the Lakers, I'm sorry, Key. I know you don't want to hear, but that ball club looked good, and they look like they're going to be higher in the West than
nice.
I had them um, coming into the season. So, anybody want to add anything before we wrap up, man?
That Steven Jackson might have been wrong saying they might actually, do something to win the chip.
Hey, he might not have lied. He might not have lied. We got my boy Smack providing insight from undercover, so he might he, he might not have lied because they look good, man. They look good. I think we could wrap up. We talked about the two games that we had last night. A great opening day of basketball. A great welcome back to the NBA.
Definitely.
You know, we posted a wanted poster showing the league that us fans have been fiending to get the hoops back in action. I think we can
Gee.
just wrap up by just hopefully we'll get a chance to hop on the pod and talk about the games, a few of the games for tonight,
Mm.
for damn near the official kickoff of the league where we're gonna have the majority of the teams playing. Um, why don't we just go through the matchup and just, I mean, shit, it could be as simple as who gonna win. We could just say who gonna win these games, what you guys are feeling. If you want to add anything else, we could do so just to wrap up today's wonderful episode for the first day of
Uh-huh.
hoop back in the NBA. So, 7 p.m. We got the first game of the night being the Heat traveling to Orlando to play the Orlando Magic. What you guys thinking of that ball game?
Magic.
What's first to say?
you said
Yeah,
Magic.
I'm not being biased. But there's my band there.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, bro.
Yeah, I got Magic.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to say the Magic.
It's that Magic home too.
We got Magic home. We got no Tyler. We were 0-6 in the preseason. It's not looking good for our Miami. It's not looking good for our Miami Heat, dog. So, okay, I think the consensus is the Magic there. We got our ESPN early game tonight at 7 p.m. between the Cavs and the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. That's gonna be a good game. What you guys thinking about that one? I'm not sure if Darius is playing. I know Darius has been dealing. I think he's out.
Yeah, he's out. Max Strus is out.
Josh Hart is out.
Josh is
Cat
out.
might be out. He might be.
Cat might be out. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks still got that one, especially with them losing. I think the
That,
Cavs, Bruce and
you think? I
and
think the Cavs got that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
oh, y'all
Definitely
think the
got.
Cavs?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I like how Lonzo Ball is playing with
Oh,
them.
We coming off a defense player of the year.
why you say hell yeah though?
Because the Cavs are like to me, they're better. They're just a better team, especially like now. Like with Mike Brown being like the new coach, they still got to get acclimated to their new offense, and seeing where guys fit, especially like their new acquisitions, like Jordan Clarkson, who who's known to be a chucker. So it's a lot of things that they gotta figure out, especially if you missing your best big man, who you could have good 2-man action with Brunson. Like that's gonna be a tough win to get.
Okay, so I'm by myself on the Knicks island, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I got y'all. I got y'all Knicks fans. I know y'all don't want to hear the BS that the rest of my co-hosts are saying, but yeah, I mean,
But
I can't argue. I can't argue with the points he just made. I mean, let's be real. We don't know. I don't know what happened to the Cavs in the playoffs last year. They kind of flamed out. Indiana made them look a lot worse than I think the actual ball club is. Um, you know, they smoked us, so I can't even speak about the Cavs as far as talking down on them. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you guys are right, and they go into the Madison Square Garden and have a statement game and show them that they should be regarded as the front runners of the East. I'm interested to see that one. Next we got the Brooklyn Nets traveling to Charlotte to play the Charlotte Hornets. And I don't even give a damn about
got Charlotte.
The garbage bowl.
it.
I got
I
Charlotte
don't know.
though.
You got Charlotte.
Yeah, I'll probably take Charlotte. Is Brandon Miller playing?
Yeah.
Oh,
He is
Okay.
playing.
yeah, I might have to take Charlotte.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
like I like I like their head coach. He's bringing like a decent culture around the guys. Trying to get some semblance out of them. So I think they should take it.
I don't know,
Pause.
man. When when Melo when Melo is considered your vet, I think that's just a YN team. So I don't know what to think about them boys. But I'll let y'all make the pick. So we got okay. So MKZ got Hornets in that game. Yeah, tickets are as low as $12. So that's very telling. Um, next we got next we got the Toronto Raptors traveling to Atlanta to play the Hawks. Another game.
Hawks,
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I got
Hawks.
the Hawks on now.
Okay,
they look really good.
the Hawks did look good. Dyson, Richardson or whatever his name is. Them boys look
Jalen
good.
Johnson back,
Or
and he's
teammates.
getting more like playmaking touches. He's gonna be like distributing. They're gonna let him work.
Okay, okay. So we riding with the Hawks on this one.
Yeah.
Shit, y'all better pick with confidence now, cause we making some people parlays for the night. Huh?
Hey.
Hey, I'm gonna make a money line slip, bro. Soon.
Thanks.
Okay, okay.
I
So we
gotta
got the
send my
Hawks.
play in though to y'all boys though. I made
Okay,
one.
bet. We're gonna be on the lookout. So we got Atlanta in that one. Next we got the 76ers traveling to Boston to play the Boston Celtics.
Ugh.
That's
Celtics.
kind of a
The battle of the injured.
is
I
Joel
still got
playing?
Yeah, Joel's playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
I got the six.
I think I might go with the Sixers, honestly.
yeah.
Jalen Brown, Derek White. I don't know. We'll see.
That's all they got. I mean, well, nah. Oh, they what's his name? Anthony
They
Simon.
signed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
signed Anthony. They signed Anthony.
As long as
Um,
Anthony dropped 30.
Peyton Pritchard's still there. Anthony
Peyton
dropping 30 is
Pritchard.
crazy.
I'm
It's a
very interested to
fact.
see.
I was not.
I mean, he's not in Portland no more. It's not gonna be the start.
You can get the green light. What? No Tatum, no problem. What are you talking about?
Okay. I'm very interested to see what Peyton Pritchard does because I know
Thanks.
he's another player that goes under the radar. And now that they're dealing with some injuries, I
I
want
don't
to
know who
see
they.
if he has the potential to have that. Okay, like I'm one of the top guards in this league. Y'all better put some respect on my name. I want to see.
I want to see who's
I
gonna
don't think he
start.
got it in him, me personally. I don't think he got it in him, but I want to see.
Pause.
Come on, bro. And then we got next game. We got so we're kind of split on the Sixers and the Celtics. Next game we got the Pistons and the Bulls. Pistons.
Pistons.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Pistons.
Pistons look good. They look like that
No,
one of those dark.
no Kobe White. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, even though the game's in Chicago, no Kobe White, like Smack said. The Pistons look like one of them dark horse franchises this year. They look good last year. They gave who was it, the Knicks a run for their money in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Great
So
series. Great
great
series.
series, great series. And they got Jalen Duran back healthy.
Yeah.
I think
And Isaiah Stewart.
and Isaiah Stewart, the crash out man himself.
Menace.
Duncan Robinson.
Oh, they added Dunk. That's true. Yeah, I got a Pistons for sure.
Get
We
some
don't
shooters with him
get
though. Sir Thompson, I think they're getting another step this year too.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
know
on.
Keith's high.
Yep.
I know Keith's high on the sir this year.
Hmm.
Okay, next game we got the New Orleans Pelicans traveling over to Memphis to play the Memphis Grizzlies. Is Josh still day to day? Or are you playing?
I think he's playing.
I got a
Wait,
Pelicans.
wait.
John Morant.
No, he's playing. He's
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah, John's playing. Yeah.
Jalen Wells gonna make some noises here. Watch.
You love Jalen Mills.
Yeah.
Jalen Wells gonna get right. Watch.
Yeah, Jalen will look good, man. He looked good in his preseason, man. He looked good coming back in the offseason, man. So, but I think I might take the Pelicans on this one.
Yeah,
That's
Pelicans
the
definitely.
Pelicans. I'm gonna lie.
No, I don't think they got Jaren Jackson tonight.
Nah, I think he is playing. Actually, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
It is? Oh, okay.
He is.
Yeah.
Even with Darren Jackson, I got the Pelicans. Especially if Zion decides
Yeah.
to come involved. And I think, I know folks aren't the fondest of him, but I think Jordan Poole's a great addition to the Pelicans.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Next, we got the Wizards and the Bucks. Bucks. We don't even got to talk about it.
Bucks, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, y'all boys. Wizards upset, man. Wizards money line.
Nah, I ain't going.
Crack and crack.
The Bucks and the Wizards do. I ain't gonna lie. The Bucks be playing around with the Wizards sometimes. They be getting beat. I was looking at previous games. The Wizards took a couple of them. I ain't gonna lie. But let's see. But I got Bucks.
Okay, next we got the Clippers going over to Utah to play the Utah Jazz. I got the Clips.
Niggas get
Clips.
easy
Yeah.
games. Everybody getting easy games. Why we gotta play the damn Warriors? And
He hot.
But yeah, you gonna see them like 3 more times. So like it doesn't even matter like when you was
I
gonna
get
see them.
that.
You're gonna see them 4
I
times a
get
year.
That's what comes with being
dog.
a leader.
Yeah, dog.
Feel you though. I mean that could be
But
that hurt. Like, bro, first game of the season, we want to see a good product to start the year and be hopeful. We don't want to see what we saw last night. I feel you.
Actually, y'all the Lakers, man. Yeah, y'all supposed to be Showtime, man.
Sometimes he's nuts, man.
All right, so we got the Clippers in the landslide in that one over the Utah Jazz. 3 more games to go. We got the Spurs traveling over to Dallas to play the Mavs. I'm watching this game.
Spurs and
Ooh, now we got finally a tough one.
I'm
oh
watching
no,
this game.
De'Aaron Fox not playing tonight.
Yeah,
He's
De'Aaron's
not?
playing, but
I don't think so.
Who?
I mean,
Okay.
even
De'Aaron
I
Fox.
mean, but even without De'Aaron though, I'm very interested to see because they got a good young core of guards over there in San Antonio, bro.
Yeah, Dylan and Stephon Castle should get a lot of good touches.
You got
A
Dylan,
lot
you
more
got
shots up,
Stephon.
man.
You still got what's buddy that changes hair every game?
Oh,
Sochan?
Sochan.
I think he's hurt.
Ochan. Oh, he's hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's out.
I don't give a damn about him.
No free throw.
He's still
Devin Vassell still over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for West.
Florida State
I feel like I'm
Prime.
missing somebody though. Who am I missing?
Keldon Johnson. Dylan Harper is huge. Dylan Harper is
I
huge.
think Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes.
Yep, Harrison Barnes is over there.
They got Luke Cornett and Kelly Olynyk. You know, they got some depth at that big position.
They got a bit of depth. They got Julian Champagny, whatever.
Yeah, Champagne.
Yeah, and I mean, let's just talk about who we haven't even mentioned yet. I mean, they got Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, Big Vic. Pause.
I mean, that's gonna be a tough one, but I do think them playing in Dallas is gonna be a big implicating factor when it comes to this game. Even if the Mavericks are still out with Kyrie, I think I'm very intrigued to see what Cooper Flag puts on the floor tonight. If he lives up to that hype that they've been giving him. He looked good in the preseason. I think I got Mavs in this one.
Yeah, I got Mavs.
Got Mavs. Who you got, friend?
Yeah, I got Mavs.
Like, who you got?
I think I'm gonna take the Spurs.
Mm, I'm not mad at it. I'm not
at
mad at
all.
it. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good game for sure. Next, we got the Kings going over to Phoenix to play against the Suns.
I got the Kings.
Yeah, I
Suns.
was just gonna say I got the Kings.
Yeah, I'm probably gotta take the Kings.
I got the
I'm a,
Suns.
you got the Suns.
Yeah, I Devin Booker and them. They're gonna out hoop them old niggas.
I mean,
Is
they're not
Malik
that
playing?
old.
That Levine a buck.
Is Malik playing?
I
I
don't know,
think,
but I don't
Malik,
think Keegan Murray's playing though.
Yeah,
yeah,
Keegan's
nah,
out.
Keegan's out.
Yeah,
Yeah, Keegan's out. I don't even know why I asked about Malik Monk like he didn't tell me last year in fantasy, so I don't got to worry about Malik Monk. We got, we got
sure.
DeRozan is playing. I think they confirmed him
Oh
today.
wait, I don't. It's Sabonis not playing, right?
The bonus
he
not
Oh,
was.
playing.
he is out. He is out. He is out.
Yeah, then
You know,
I might have to change mine to the Suns.
yeah, I might
Wait,
go
what?
with the Sun.
Bonus? He hurt?
Hell well.
The bonus hurt?
Yeah,
I think
Sabonis.
so.
Okay. Well, they added Russ and they added Dennis Schroeder, so I mean that's good depth at the guard position.
Oh, they got Schroeder. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a good guard. I don't know about Russ.
We'll just stick with the Kings because, but I the bonus is gonna be somebody that's weird, but I'll stick with the Kings. Last game of
I
the
got.
night.
Mm-mm.
You want it out?
Last game of the night, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Portland
Trailblazers, yeah.
in
Timberwolves.
Portland. In Portland.
In Portland? Nah, I got Timberwolves.
You got them-
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
the Timberwolves. It's gonna be a close game though. The defense that the Portland gonna play is gonna be. They're gonna make the game a lot closer than what people think.
I agree. I agree. I think the addition of Dame coming back home, I think that's a great addition for them. Kind of
He's playing?
no, I don't think
Dame, I
No,
don't
Dame,
think.
yeah, Dame's not playing.
nah, he's still out. But I only brought him up just for the sake of being that vet voice in the locker
Yeah.
room. These younger guys. Um, I'm interested. Ah, what you guys feel about Yang?
I
What type of
don't
heat
know
y'all give Yang?
anything about that name. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know nothing about him either, dog.
I mean,
Yeah, man,
he's
I ain't gonna lie. He's like, I hate to use this comparison because it's thrown out so much, but like he's like that baby Jokic, man. I'm not even gonna lie, like or like Sabonis' father, Avidas Sabonis. I ain't gonna lie. He could play make. He could move well for his size, and
he can hit
he
center
So
up.
who?
and he
So
could shoot too.
Yeah.
let me ask you, who has the higher ceiling? I know we ain't seen Yang from a can of paint, and we've seen this other player I'm by the name. But because you said Baby Jokic, which is who I think about when I hear Baby Jokic, higher ceiling between what you know about Yang and Sengun, especially after what we saw last night.
And going
I say Sengun.
Okay, so just making sure you
because
handle something. Make sure you handle something.
Sengun, he could really handle the ball. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what's gonna separate him really.
yeah, he can handle the ball. Like he's more versatile. You can use him in like any situation for real. So
And he looks to be the more consistent shooter.
yeah,
Very true. Very
But
true.
but
I was
Yang's only a rookie, so he just gotta chill. But yeah.
yeah, I was just throwing it out there just because of the Baby Yoke comparisons, but I'm interested to see. I'll keep my eye on it and see but yeah, that's your money, your MKZ money line for tonight. Um, do with those picks as you may. If you lose your money, like they say in the gambling advertisement, go call the hot go call the hotline.
If you have any problems, just hit up Sean LaFrance for your issues and just DM him.
Yeah.
Yep, we
Go
have the
hit shit up.
number. We have the number on the wanted poster of our latest IG post 678-998-212. So just dial that number up, and if y'all don't know that reference, that's from Soldier Boy Kiss Me Through the Phone. But anyway, call that number up if you guys if you guys have any, if you guys have any issues or grievances with our plays. But we wish all y'all slips the best, and shit, there's not much more to be said, man. The NBA is back, man.
let's
NBA is
do
back.
it.
MKZ back. We got the whole gang in here. We're missing O. We told y'all O was gonna come soon. O's gonna be on the soon to be episode. And I told them today in the group chat that I met a very interesting individual. So we might have some. I'm working on it behind the scenes, but if he agrees to come on the pod, we got some big things to close out NFL season for y'all boys. So yeah, man, that's MKZ for you. We back. This episode 27, I think. Yeah,
Yep.
27
Yeah,
running.
that's a lot.
So
Yep.
yeah, man, episode should be out. I mean, well, if y'all watching this, it's already out. So,
Yeah.
but it should be out at 6 our time. So just keep an eye out on social media. Keep an eye out on the YouTube page. And yeah, anybody else got any final remarks before we get up out of here?
E Nation, let's win the chip.
Yes, sir.
Let's do
Now,
it.
did you get bids?
Boy, what? That nigga can't guard me though. He's strong, but when I'm into that, come here, let me move.
You know that boy flew on the floor. Hey, Ram, go.
Facts.
Yeah, that was my first time hooping with a. I think that was my first time hooping with an NFL player. Them niggas, that nigga built, dog. I remember I was going for a kick. That nigga came like these. He put his forearm right in my space right here. I said, oh,
But I had a similar experience with Alvin Kamara, bro. He's short, but like he not that short, but bro, that man is strong and that,
hey,
bro. Oh my
so,
god.
boy. I remember I
Oh
was,
my.
bruh, playing. I was trying to go get a rebound. I thought I had that bit. I went like this. I was trying to sky that bit. That nigga hit me right here. Boom. That's good. Oh, I dropped.
Them NFL boys, them boys are different, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Sturdy, dog. They sturdy. I mean, and he nice with the hoops. I'll give it to him. Like he got some game on him. He definitely do.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he can hoop. He can hoop. Now, I will say it's very much boosted because of his athletic build. And for the
Okay.
sake of trying to get him on the pod, I don't want him to watch the episode, see us talking about him, and hear anything negative. So I'm gonna wait until after he comes on the pod. I'm just saying, he nice. He nice, man. And you know, Mr. Blank, I'm not gonna say your name for the sake of keeping it a surprise for the MKZ fans if we're able to get him on. But um, it was a pleasure hooping with you, my boy. And just know, we looking forward to hear what you got to say if you come on and top it up with us. But
Yes,
I
sir.
can't pull I can't pull no punches when it comes to the hoop. I talk shit to my niggas about the hoop. So
Bro.
it ain't never gonna stop. But yeah, man, we an hour 12 running, man. We supposed to be ended at 4:15. So
Yeah.
thank y'all for sitting here chopping it up with us. We got a couple people that got business to attend to right now, so we got to call it. Even though it's not short for us, we kind of got to end it here. MKZ back, NBA back. Love y'all so much, man. Thank y'all to my co-host for coming over here and spending some time chopping it up. And just like that, MKZ out, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir.